Are you having it? Is it happening
Rob,
right now, buddy?
What's that?
Because Mary is behind you,
gosh.
Rob. Mary is there. All right, we planned this. We planned this silly bit out.
Is Streamlight sponsoring your Marian Apparition?
So before the show, I go, Rob. I go, Rob, before we get to the Marian Apparition bit, you should flash a flashlight behind you and we'll pretend we see Mary in the background. No, I hope that's not sacrilegious or anything. We were just trying to be a little silly because this supposed Marian Apparition is a bit much.
To me, it's pretty silly.
All right, so let's play it. And then
exactly. That's what it is.
We have a few things to add to it. And Desiree's in the comments tonight, and Desiree had a funny tweet response to it. So let's play the video real quick and let's see if you guys haven't seen it. This is in Kenya that they think that they saw Mary appearing in the church. I don't know how they thought that, but okay.
We'll see. I'm going to end it because it doesn't get any different.
It doesn't get any better. I don't know what they're
want to point out is everyone talks about how the dancing and all that in Africa is all their culture and stuff. If that's their culture, why was that a 1960s American English folk song playing?
Can you put Desiree's tweet up?
Yes.
So Desiree's tweet literally gave me a belly laugh.
This reminds me of, when you have a nice full moon out and you try to take a picture with your camera and then it never comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you shooting this on?
Connor says, I don't get it. So Desiree writes, maybe she was there to tell those people to be quiet and sit down. Their sons. They're hooting and hollering in there. Dude, Desiree is gangster, bro. She is so funny, man. But
if the Blessed Virgin shows up in front of me, the last thing I'm going to do is act like it's a Billie Jean concert.
But that's dropping to my knees and
I'm probably not
pulling
saying
out my rosary.
Yeah.
So you guys follow James the Catholic, right? The Nigerian trad, Texan trad. Yeah. He actually said when he was in Nigeria, there was this it was kind of like people were dying to see Marian apparitions. Like it was like this thing where everyone was always on the lookout for them. Now there's a fake apparition site near me called Our Lady of the Roses, Bayside, Queens. And I know I'm going to catch hell for saying that because people really think this one's real, but it's just like, we are in a time where people are so desperate because we have a lack of fathers that we're like, maybe mom's coming to save us, and it's even Adrian says, the clergy in that video are like, what are you people even looking at? It looks like a stained glass window and light might be coming through it up on the wall. So the goof was Rob flash a flashlight in the background. We'll say it was the Virgin Mary coming in.
Well, I didn't know which one they were looking at. Were they looking at the sunspot or were they looking at the very, very hard to see stained glass road?
I think it's the.
I don't know. All right, I guess I'll clap. But
you know what it reminds me of, Rob? Put up what it reminds me of.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, put up what it reminds me of. It reminds me of this.
Oh, now it's the Zapruder film? Somebody saying down and to the left?
It reminds me of Jesus Toast. You guys remember Jesus Toast? Years ago, there was somebody who put their bread in the toaster, and it came out, and they were like, Jesus appeared to me on my toast.
And the first thing they did with it, put it on eBay for 25 grand.
Of course they did, because the husband went outside with a little bit of a heat gun, and he made that shape on the toast. And Rob made a really good point before when I was texting him about this. He goes, this kind of stuff just kind of makes Catholics look silly, right?
It really does.
Oh yeah,
it's a bad look.
Yeah, 100%.
In every other approved apparition, how have people react?
The slice of Turin. I think it was Adrian's line first. The slice of Turin.
Yeah, that's a winner. That's a winner. I don't care. That's fantastic.
Dude, we have some funny viewers, man. It's so bad. But yeah, it's like sometimes we're just so desperate for the miraculous, right?
I also think it's also a symptom of social media culture. Of trying to go viral and trying to, it
seems very planned, because are you telling me that pianist just decided to start playing that? Like, they're like, oh, there's people screaming, oh, there's Mary, I'm just going to play this one right now.
That's right.
Come on.
It's Mary, John. Tee it up. Let's go.
Go.
You look like Bernadette fell to her knees. All the other like apparitions where they actually do see Mary, everybody fall. And I'm not even judging these people, because maybe they really did think that they were seeing something, right? I mean, it could have just been light reflecting. I'm not trying to judge these people. It's just sometimes we're so desperate for the miraculous that we try to put it in places where it's not.
But we've heard other, when she's been seen, bright as the sun, terrible as the stars, and then they're like, oh yeah, and she looks like the stained glass window onto the side. It's like, no, not everything. Like, is inflation that bad that Marian apparitions have gone down as well? Because like we've seen like other Marian she stained the wall like at
apparition
or whatever apparition.
Yeah, our like
I've been hanging around Anthony too long. Now I can't speak.
Apparition. It's apparition inflation.
Well, that's what it is. It's an apparition, so it's not real. That's why I like that.
Our standards have dropped so drastically, especially in the modern era. There's Tupac
holograms were way better.
Yeah,
way better.
There's actually, I would love to watch it in Telegram with you, Rob, and maybe stream it with everybody. It was like 1999 when everybody thought Y2K was coming. And there was this series on CBS where they went across the world looking at miracles. And they actually found a woman who got the stigmata, and like on film. There's some really great miracles. Like they had like some awesome things. I'll find it, and maybe we'll do it in the Telegram one day, and we'll stream it and we'll watch it with everybody, because her name is Katia Rivas. That she got the stigmata every Good Friday. She would get it, and they film her. She has nothing, and as they film it, they show her hands start bleeding, her feet start bleeding. She gets all the 5 wounds of Christ, and it's a pretty intense thing. But it's nothing like this. Now I don't know if there's any tricks going on behind the scenes or anything, but it was definitely a really awesome series to watch. It's really just one. Like an hour and a half episode of all these different miracles they go around the world. They find a bleeding host, and it was pretty cool. It might be a good idea to watch that in Telegram.
I mean, if you want to look at another potential miracle and compare the two and see which one is more realistic, I would say the announcement
Egypt.
of Father Hollowell. Oh
wow, from Lourdes.
It's probably way more indicative of a miracle, right? Because you have a guy who decided to offer up his suffering, and then was kind of very quiet and private about it all, right? Like
got off social media,
posted some updates about his health, but he got off social media. This happened months ago, and he didn't hit social media with it, and I think he probably just decided to come out with it now because I imagine it's probably been submitted for like investigation, and we probably would hear about it soon anyways. That just seems so much more authentic.
You want to know what's sad about that? Right? Is that video should have 20 million views, And instead, I think it's only got like 5,000. Like Steve Cunningham texted this to me. He goes, yeah, you'll see, Francis promotes heresy. He'll have a million views on it and something like that. 10,000. It's like, guys, this is a priest who offered up his life for suffering for the souls for the people who have endured abuse at the hands of the church. And he got a brain tumor when he did that. And then God healed him. He allowed him to go through that suffering, and then God healed him. It's a beautiful story.
He was treated through the Mayo Clinic. So number one, it's the best medical care. But number two, you also know that they have done every scan on him imaginable pretty much continuously for the last few years. So, I mean, I have a feeling there's going to be some very, very solid evidence of this coming out, which is good.
Yeah, I don't think he would have